Hey guys, this week I'm attempting to do an episode using Gary's mod, but I'm new to how it works, so forgive me if I perform any weird talking motions as seen here.
Well, get some better equipment, you piece of—
Anyways, we do have much to discuss regarding this week's Zelda recap. First thing I want to discuss is news that actually talks about Zelda Wii U, since news regarding the game has been a bit dry lately. Nevertheless, I have compiled a theory on what I believe Zelda Wii U will encompass in a general scope of things. Of course, the details regarding the gameplay, overworld, and the plot is either vague or non-existent at this point. However, this does not mean we are completely ignorant. All we have to do is gather the facts known and make a logical conclusion. However, let's take a step back and consider the actual marketing setup that Nintendo has revealed to us. In the digital event where Zelda Wii U was unveiled, the game Super Smash Bros. Was revealed first and foremost, which is a given if you take into consideration that the game is a AAA title with loads of following. In addition, with the game being released rather soon, we can see a marketing scheme that Nintendo has brought up. For example, it seems to me that Mario Kart 8, Super Smash Bros., and Zelda Wii U are massive marketing ploys to reassure faith in Nintendo's sales and performance. The reason why I say this is look at the development cycle for all three. Both Mario Kart 8 and Super Smash Bros. Begun its development in 2012. 2012 is the same year when the Wii U was released. Now, what does this have to do with Zelda Wii U? Well, quite simply innovating the Wii U's hardware. Mario Kart 8 is a perfect example of this. Ever since the console's inception, the Wii U has seen its fair share of criticism. However, games such as Mario Kart 8 really fleshed it out using controls using both the gamepad and the Wii U remote, while giving off an HD impression of what the Wii U is about. While we're on the topic, Super Smash Bros. Has given off the same impression of innovation regarding the controls by bringing back the usage of the GameCube controller. So without further discussing about more examples, there is a good possibility that Zelda Wii U will indeed offer a unique and innovative experience with its controls. For example, it has been noted that multiplayer may be a part of Zelda Wii U. Exactly how will this be implemented is unknown at the moment. However, games such as Four Sword Adventures does give a clue. If there is a multiplayer for Zelda Wii U, I reckon it won't be like what people think. I have a strong hunch that if my perspective on the subject material is correct, then multiple people can play Zelda Wii U at the same time by utilizing both the gamepad and the Wii U remote across multiple people. To what end, we do not know. Perhaps it will be utilized in puzzle solving, however this strikes me as the most likely. Moving on, let's discuss this article from Nintendo World Report. In an interview with Shigeru Miyamoto, it was clarified that he did not like to use the term open world when describing Zelda Wii U, but thought of it as a marketing term. Now, what does this say for Zelda Wii U as a whole? In my view, it says that the overworld won't necessarily be like what many people are imagining it to be. Not to be a Debbie Downer or anything, but I'm glad Miyamoto has said this. Zelda Wii U may be open world to an extent, but that doesn't mean it will follow the traditional conventions of an open world. For example, when discussing Link Between Worlds, Miyamoto expressed a desire for a clear, non-linear approach to evolve the Zelda franchise. So in short, Zelda Wii U may adopt many choices from the beginning of the game, and choice in general will be a premium, similar to how the dungeon system setup complemented the Ravio rental system in Link Between Worlds. Well, that's all to say for now on this subject. I know the explanation is rather vague, but we do have very little information to go on. Now, let's talk about Hyrule Warriors, and controlling these movements is way harder than it looks in Gary's mod.
Hey, mac and cheese, where's the new Zelda video? Huh?
Well, Now, dealing closely with Hyrule Warriors, we do have some matters to discuss. As I said before in previous videos, the playable character Fi has been revealed along with Link wielding the ball and chain, in addition to Zelda wielding a new weapon known as the Baton from Wind Waker and the new villains Girahim and the Imprisoned. This information, along with some gameplay details, was released in the latest issue of Famitsu. Now, there are a lot of details in this issue, so I will discuss the big points of this glamorous pearl of information. Link may drop his ball and chain and use the power gloves to lift heavy objects and enemies. Unlockable weapons will become available to players as they level up. You cannot change weapons in-game. However, you can equip secondary weapons such as the hookshot and the power-up bow. In addition, collecting heart containers and pieces will be exactly the same in a traditional Zelda game. However, there is a set limit for each character. A badge system will be in place to tweak character stats. A badge shop, potion shop, and a junk shop will be available in between games in a training mode. However, we don't have any new information regarding the junk shop. Let me know what you think the junk shop will utilize in the comment section below. In terms of playable characters, I believe that any more reveals of new characters will only deal with characters that are kind of casual to the Zelda franchise, meaning we will have to wait and see the full character roster when the game actually comes out in Japan in August. However, characters such as the Goron Captain may be revealed rather soon. In addition, other player costume skins could also appear. For example, costume skins for Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess has been revealed, and I wouldn't exactly mind an Impa skin as well. In addition, there's a strong possibility that Midna will be playable in her normal form. If you guys want to see an analysis video on the character trailers for both Midna and Agatha, please click here. I will do character analysis for all characters once the trailers come out. Also, one thing I want to point out, in the Agatha trailer, the area appears to be near the Bridge of Eldin, right outside the hidden village in Twilight Princess. I may be going on a limb here, but I reckon that the story of Hyrule Warriors will coincide with meeting new allies, meaning you will have to traverse different areas and timelines of the Zelda universe to find allies. Comment below on what you think. Also, I have an updated list on some of the top most wanted characters in Hyrule Warriors as noted by some of the comments I have been getting. These characters are Tingle, Groose, Mikau, Darmani, Deku Butler's son, Rauru, Saria, Ruto, Darunia, Naburu, Bayern, Irene, Sheik, Skull Kid, Majora, Onyx, Varan, the Hero Shade, Rolf, Milan, Fierce Deity, the Happy Mask Salesman, Hilda, Ravio, Dark Link, Young Link, Linebeck, and Vati. In addition, with this list, there is a couple of other picks that I would love to see in Hyrule Warriors. These characters are Ashe from Twilight Princess, the Gyro Ninja from Majora's Mask, and Rusel. Also, before I sign out, I want to show you this article from Zelda Informer dealing with the soundtrack of Hyrule Warriors. It is a great read and I will leave a link in the description. Special thanks goes to Lowe's Jam, Torque, Circuit, and Covert Commando for contributing to this week's episode. If you have any information dealing with Zelda news, comment below with the source and I will feature your name in next episode. Episode 3 of Zelda Recap will arrive on July 21st next Monday. Also, I'm promoting a friend's work. He creates a Fallout machinima called Fallout Rebirth. I have uploaded the trailer, please click here to see it. In addition, this channel will be producing a weekly podcast series very soon. More details will be delivered in the next couple of days. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Till then, this is the video of the day.
Oh my god, I love her dress.
Damn, that nigga muscles though.
What the hell?